All right, so next I want to talk about our thorax. So our thorax refers to the rib cage. So when we're looking at the rib cage, a couple of things you want to know is the ribs are oftentimes called costals. So recognize that. That's the first thing. Our ribs are going to be attached to this bone here called the sternum via our costal cartilage. Remember how I said ribs are called costals? Now this is the cartilage of those costals. So we have three types of ribs. Technically, there are two major groups. The first group is our true ribs. So our true ribs are ribs 1 through 7. So this one here, this is our clavicle. Right underneath our clavicle, we're going to actually see one of these first ribs. This is rib 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So the first seven ribs are going to be known as true ribs. And the reason they're known as true ribs is simply because they have their direct attachment to the sternum. So they have their own costal cartilage. Even rib 7, which is down here, is going to have its own costal cartilage. And if you look very closely, you'll actually notice there's a line here. That line indicates that it's its own costal cartilage. So they have this direct attachment to the sternum. Ribs 8, 9, 10, and 11. So 8, 9, 10, 11 is down here. 12 is down here. I'm going to kind of move this guy just a little bit so you can see 11 and 12. So they either have an indirect attachment like ribs 8 through 10 do. So 8, 9, and 10, these guys are using the costal cartilage of rib 7 to get to the sternum. So that's an indirect attachment. And then the other ones here, 11 and 12, they don't have any attachment. They just kind of end. So these are false ribs, but they are specifically known as floating ribs for that reason. So when you look at your thoracic cage here, the sternum itself is split into basically 3 different structures. We have the manubrium, which is up here, the body, and then the little tip here is called the xiphoid process. And then all of this is the costal cartilage. I will do a separate video showing just the costal cartilage and the sternum.